Hippie killer. I'm not a hippie killer. So, um, just doing a little, random talk here. Not really any subject to go off of, but I'm just gonna babble on. A bunch of nothings and who cares and what ifs, you know. What's up, Smack a Pork Chop? Nice to see you, buddy. I don't know how much grief you're gonna keep giving me about me shooting that pig and eating it. But I didn't shoot it, and I didn't eat it. But I'm pretty sure it was good. I just wanted to post a video on there for do that kind of stuff, you know. No offense to your thing there. What's up, Smack a Pork Chop? So yesterday I was on yeah, I was on our Primo Kush's live stream, and really on the panel. I was just cruising. You don't eat pork? What the fuck? That's good though. I mean, it's okay. Everybody eats something. Am I coming in good? But anyways, by the way, yeah. So everybody on the panel, yeah. Prayers to Primo for sure. I guess they had a random alien that was pretty interesting about aliens, and they went into a whole bunch of random conversations. You know, it fucking sucks. I just wanted to make a comment. If you think be in the chat, let me know what you think. As possible, so that way. Show my chat. I have this, but I think I used up all the data or some shit. It's pretty slow. Is it coming good now? Are you still there, Smack a Pork Chop? Oh, that's fucking shitty. Hold on, let me try to fix something here. Okay, Wi-Fi is on. Turning on my little Wi-Fi box. See if that helps me out. Okay, there. Fuck. Okay. Fireball or a big flame of fire. Damn, this sucks. Sorry, people. Smack a Pork Chop. My connection sucks. I don't know what it is. So, if you think about it, plants can't grow from a big fireball or flame. You can have a flame 24/7 all day or whatever, 18 hours out of the day, and it won't grow shit, I bet you. Another thing is, I know that in order to grow plants or to even get a tan, you need photons from like electricity that illuminate, and put off this illumination, And yes, fire can illuminate, but it would never be able to put off the photons that's needed to grow a plant or even give somebody a tan, Like you'll probably, photosynthesis. You'll probably like cook yourself before you get a tan if you try to stand like by a fire. So I know that the sun is not a fireball, and I know that it's a ball of electricity, right? Now, with all that electricity going off, of course, it's gonna give off some kind of flame because it's hot, But all in all, it's a big electricity ball, So, same thing like lightning. If lightning was to form and it was to strike, it's a form of electricity. But when it hits something, it's gonna light that shit on fire, Because of the reaction, the chemical reaction within the oxygen and the material that it whacked, So plants can grow with electricity, and that tells me that without the electricity, right, smack a pork chop, yeah. Without the electricity, the thing wouldn't photosynthesize, and it wouldn't do anything. What up, Just Blaze? I'm just chilling, trying out this live session. Haven't been live for a while, so just trying it out, doing some random talk, answer some questions as best as I possibly can. But yeah, before we get further into this live, let's go ahead and, if you guys have some herb, pack a bowl, smoke a joint, take a dab, rip a bong, do whatever you need to do to get lifted. Big ups to Smack a Pork Chop and Just Blaze. Thank you for joining me. Another comment that I wanted to make was on the the thing they said about the Mo'o man. Let's see. Seems like when I hold it here, it does better or some shit. I don't know what the fuck. But you know how they say like there's a bunch of fucking reptilians ruling the world and shit. Yeah, thanks a lot, Just Blaze. So I've never personally seen a reptilian humanoid whatever you want to call them, entity. Yeah, Illuminati. It's like Skull and Bones. They're their own cult, you know. They deal with a different god, different deities, and different idols, you know, different rituals, different beliefs, all in all. But the reptilian man is the one that I wanted to talk about, because over here in Hawaii we have stories of mo'o, call him mo'o, the mo'o man, and you know the islands are made up of volcanoes. Their women are hot though, laugh out loud. That's hilarious. So, you know, we live on a chain of islands that are interconnected, right? And through these islands and underneath the water, there is volcano tubes. Some tubes are active. Some tubes are not active. Some tubes are hollow, and some tubes are filled with water. So there used to be stories that is written on rocks, you know, not like a full commentary of a story, but you know, you can like just look at the hieroglyphics on the rocks and see exactly what they're talking about, you know. And they have them. They have them on the rocks, and they have stories of these mo'o men coming out of, you know, freshwater ponds. And the reason why they don't tell stories like this is, like I said, it's for the tourist industry. Something like the Egyptian pyramids. I mean, I would assume, you know, same style, right? It's just they're in the desert, different kind of environment, different kind of techniques, different kind of everything, right? But basically same concept. So the stories don't get told out there that are bad about the islands, right? There's a lot of bad things about these islands. Not necessarily bad in a way that is there to like not want you to come here, you know. It's just real spiritual, and everything is real hush hush. So like, for me to come on here and to talk about stuff like that, you know, some people would be like, oh, you're fucking crazy, you're stupid, you're a hippie, you're this and that, you know, you smoke weed, you don't know what you're talking about. But I've seen some shit on this island, and shit gets real, you know. So they have this place. It's a falls, and you can like jump into it and shit. And like, there's this guy who wrote a book about places you can go on this island to go enjoy yourself as a tourist. And this nigga had no right to write that book, because the places that he was taking the tourists were, yeah, people don't accept reality. Smack a pork chop. People don't know and aren't aware of their surroundings, you know. Like, these people are coming straight from the concrete jungle, you know. It's walking on sidewalks and shit like that. What's up, True Patriot? Nice to see you. Cheers, bro. And you know, they don't know what they're getting into. They take these trails and they take the advice of people who just want to you know, pull their strings and make a little money off of them and be like, oh, I gave you the Hawaii experience, you know. Like, No, nigga, you set them up to fucking kill themselves. You know, people have died fucking going to these places, you know? Right. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can know a couple things. Nobody knows everything. Nobody's perfect, you know? But so like, you know, these people come on these trails and they take the trail and they don't know nothing about the trail. They don't know nothing about the how to read the mountains, how to read the weather, you know, and like they don't know about flash floods. They never experience these things, you know. They're not in the islands. They don't know anything about anything, you know. So like when they go about walking in the bushes and they take that advice from people who just want to make money off of them, you know, they end up hurting themselves and they end up taking it like it's a who do you think makes Alien OG? The aliens come shit on it. They shit on the seed and the fucking big ass tree just comes out. That's their nutrients. But you know, and people have died jumping into ponds and stuff like that. And a lot of these ponds have been known to have, you know, some sacred, how do you say it? It's just sacred, you know, sacred energy there that you don't want to go fuck with at certain times and stuff like that. And there's things that you have to check, you know, like throwing a leaf into the pond, you know, and then if you see the leaf swirling in a circle, that means that the lizard man is down there and he's circling around in a fucking circle waiting for something to jump in so he can just fucking snatch that thing, because the downward drift that he makes when he's swirling around inside there, it makes like a fucking tornado. And he's just swimming around, you know, he's strong as fuck. And he just swims and shit. And then like people have jumped in there and have drowned from that swirl. I shit you not. People have, even swimmers, like we had guys come from other islands, from Oahu, you know, from Honolulu, and these guys jump in there, you know, taking the trail, and they jump in there and these guys fucking end up drowning, you know. It's like you find them stashed in the rocks. They're like in the bottom of the fucking pool and they're like stashed, you know. What's up, Bingus? Nice to see you, bro. For some reason I was trying to read your comment, but I couldn't see. I was in a moment of my talking. Yeah, being as I may live in Hawaii, but I'm not Hawaiian, just to let you know. I'm Samoan, Mexican, Indian, and English. So you can go ahead and speak English to me. I don't mind. I can't read what you wrote me. I had to ask my girlfriend last time what you wrote me, if what it said. So, but much respect and much love for showing your respect and love for the people and the language. You know, that's much appreciated. Yeah, many don't. Many think it's a joke. You know, they come over here and they think it's like, oh, these guys are like on some other shit. You know, they fucking smoke weed and they drink and they're like, they believe the stories and shit, you know. But little do they know, like, shit gets real out here, you know. Yeah, so that's the story with what I believe is the Mo'o man, like taking people down there and stuffing them in the fucking rocks, you know? And because there's nothing down there that shows that, you know, it can create such a downward drift. And people know what's up, you know, like people even said that there's mermaids here, like little mermaids. I've never seen them, but one time, me and Looney Productions, we were going in our bush travels one time, and we went up a mountain and went over a ridge, and we were gathering, and then we ate what we gathered, if you know what I mean. But it wasn't because of what we ate, is what I saw. Because I only ate a little bit. So what I saw was actually like, I believe it was real. And what I saw was trippy. Like we were swimming. We came down this ridge line, the side of a cliff. I was following him. He knows like all the trails back there and shit. And so we ended up having to cross this river, this little creek shit, and we couldn't cross it because there was too much hollow right there, and we didn't realize how deep it was. We didn't think that it was gonna be that deep, and I was like swimming. We were swimming doggy paddle inside the river, and I was making like animal noises and shit, you know, like to protect us. So I was like barking and like making rooster sounds, and like trying to make like a deep grunt, you know, so that way whatever is down there can feel it, you know, like to think that I'm just some big fucking creature or something, you know. And like right in front of us, some fucking trippy ass tail just came up. It was like blue and red or some shit, like purple, blue, red, purple tail. It just like came up and flopped up in front of it. It wasn't really that big. It could have been a fish. It could have been like a koi fish or something like that. But it scared the shit out of me. And I was like, roar, roar. Just fucking, you know, making loud noises so that way it could run away. And the shit echoes because we were in this little valley. So it was pretty funny. What's up, Viney G? Nice to see you, bro. Thank you for stopping by. But, yeah, man. I used to live with Looney Productions, and me and him go way back, and he used to live in this one house, and there's this guy that lived across the street from us, and it was one of his homies, and I guess this nigga was on the computer or whatever, you know, just staying up all night or whatever the fuck, and he ended up seeing lights, right? So he said, this is what he said, and he has it on film, and he ended up fucking losing his world. Like, this guy, I don't know exactly what he did, but he had a nice house, you know, 2-story house, a young girlfriend, you know, cars and shit, you know. He didn't really seem like he was like struggling or anything like that. Like, he had a good life and shit. And I don't know, he just ended up out of the blue just fucking losing it, and like left his house and like just went off the map because of what he saw. And what he saw was basically over the house that me and Looney Productions was staying in. I guess there was a hovering vehicle with red and green and blue lights hovering over the house for a while, and then he filmed it, and then that thing like just went away and took off fast as fuck. And then from there he just like lost his marbles, and he went online and like started watching a whole bunch of fucking YouTube videos about shit like that, and like he started figuring out about flat earth and all the lies that we were told, and all kinds of shit like that people are like coming out, you know, and like they're not afraid to speak about it, you know, because shit is real, and people gotta understand that it's real. Just because it never happened to you doesn't mean that it's not real, you know. Right, true patriot, yeah. So like he ended up telling us the story the next day, and we seen him for like a week or two. Viney G, if you don't believe the earth is not flat, You have you have not been outside enough. Yeah, to rehold. It's like how you said, true patriot. What does re even mean? To do it again. So it's like we've done it already, but we've never done it because it's new to us. So how can we like re? You know, these guys and their fucking yeah, gravity is a lie. I'll speak upon that too. These guys and their how do you say it? Adverb verb language, right? They speak in a lot of adverb verb, which says a bunch of nothings. Quantum language, if you guys want to really understand like what you guys are saying, quantum language is the way to go. Syntax language it teaches you a lot about things you say and stuff like that. Like even now I'm speaking in adverb verb because this is what we know, you know. I try my best to try to like speak in quantum language, but it's so hard because this is all I know. I haven't studied that for, you know, 16, 12 years of my life. So about gravity. Yes, gravity is not real. The reason how I know that, okay, is if gravity was real, all the amount of pressure holding back the ocean to stick to this globe would fucking smash us, first of all. And if gravity was not real, flame wouldn't travel up because gravity would want to pull it down. And we're spinning too fast for a flame to stand up. Just like when the wind blows on the flame, it goes sideways, left, you know, right, backwards, frontwards, all over the place. It's the same concept. I'm gonna tell you guys a true story. This is no lie. Everything I say on here. Oh, by the way, what's up, Brandon Esteban? Is basically telling you the truth, my facts of what I bring. So this right here is a fucking true story, and you can even ask my brother. You can even ask the person who fucking came out their house. So this is what happened. My brother owned a fucking hatchback, right? You know those egg-looking cars, two-door, and right, exactly, Brandon. And if you go look for the truth, then you are not trying to be misled, and you want to find out what your facts are. Yeah, but let me tell this story real quick. So he has this hatchback. This fucking hatchback doesn't have any back seats. It doesn't even have a passenger seat. Actually, I'm sitting on a crate and we're taking bongies. And sorry about that, guys. Sorry guys, I'll be back.